What is going on? We back at it again with some more Beyond Dragon Ball Super Legacy of the Omniverse. You know, the training arc has begun. You know, we got these other two half breeds trying to get in on the tournament, which is tough, but hey, they're gonna need a lot more power than what they have right now. Yeah, I got Super Saiyan 3. Congratulations. And not gonna be enough, big dog. That's not gonna be enough. And Vegeta, that nigga did not need to go into Ultra Ego against his damn son. That was a flex. He had to do that shit, that nigga, bro. Why he did? W parenting, I guess. You know what I'm saying? That's like if Goku went freaking Ultra Instinct against freaking Goten. Like, nigga, why? Why would you do that? Just want to let a nigga know, bro. He didn't need to do that shit. He could whoop his ass in base. You know what I'm saying? But no, let me flex on him right quick, bro. Let me show him what could be, you know? But anywho, hit the video over the like, man, comment down below, subscribe, all that good jazz. You feel me? Got the Alex get brought to Millie tight heat. But yeah, without further ado, let's dive on in. My ears. Holy shit, my ears.
As our story now continues following the initial training session involving both Vegeta and Trunks, with Vegeta being shown having to lead the way and bringing Trunks on over to an unknown landscape to further continue their training, to which it was only just the point with Vegeta now being shown having to point on down in directing Trunks on where to go was when Vegeta went on to then quickly respond, "This should be far enough, and so down there, do you see it? We'll go and handle our business over in that direction over there, where we will have more than enough space to go and do
Cut
what we
loose.
need to, while we go and immerse ourselves within the vastness of the rich landscape around us." Am I understood? With Trunks responding, "Wait, seriously, Dad? Are you sure about this? Because, well, we seem to be in the middle of nowhere right now, and
That's the idea, nigga.
Immersive landscape, but there's literally nothing down there except for a bunch of giant rocks and a whole lot of dirt, and so I don't really understand on why we had to come all this way for." And that is exactly
That's
why
that's the point, goofy ass man. Hit that nigga, bro. Judo chop, nigga.
Being shown teleporting behind Trunks and striking him in the neck. Now open your eyes and stick and move before I end up knocking you out cold, boy. And don't you dare even think about trying to leave
just
here
now
without my approval either, because we aren't going to leave until I end up getting the outcome that I went as far as to bring you here for. With Trunks being shown landing
what
on
is
his feet
that?
and responding, "Oh, what the heck was that for, Dad? Oh, you've got me seeing stars here, and we've barely even just arrived." And as you
Lock in, little nigga.
You were gonna go and do that to me, you know, and so what was that for,
Doodle
Dad?
chop.
Because you didn't just go and mention anything about having us start right from out of nowhere like that. With Vegeta responding, "Oh please, where is your honor, boy? For you just so happen to carry the blood of Saiyan royalty, and yet there you stand and complaining about just a little bit of pain?
Like
You
a
are
bitch.
pathetic." And
Could
the
not be
same
me.
goes for Kakarot's youngest son Goten as well. Because if you are going to go and complain about having to feel a bit uncomfortable with how I'm going to be treating you here, then you have absolutely no idea on what this upcoming tournament is going to have in store for you, Vegeta.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You
As
about to
every
fight some
warrior
real
that you
niggas,
face
bro.
will be out to go and break you both
Demons.
physically and mentally, and if you're not going to be ready to go and deal with such overwhelming pressure, then you can just go and do me the favor by stop wasting my time and step aside and go back to playing video games with Goten, Vegeta utters. And so now wake up and understand that if you hope to stand any sort of chance in this upcoming Omniversal tournament, Vegeta continues, then you must go on to accept the outcome of what it is that you are about to go and face and find a way to break through your current limitations, which both you and Kakarot's boys should have already had done. As there is no reason on why you shouldn't have, because think back on what the two of you had already been a part of, Vegeta continues. For if the two of you, as young as you both were at the time, had stood among the mightiest Saiyans and participating in the original Super Saiyan God ritual when it was time for Kakarot to transcend himself into facing off against Lord Beerus, then by proxy, both you and Goten should have already retained some of the passive ritualistic genetics too, Vegeta says. As there is no reason on why Super Saiyan 3 should be the limit of your current strength, and if you wish to go and stand any sort of match against the mightiest that will come before you,
don't need that God key. Time to become a god.
Transcend yourself into god status immediately. With Trunks being shown clenching his fist by responding, "I never went and felt
Becoming
anything
a
going all out
god?
to me that would lead me to believe that I could go and do what both you and Goku had done in reaching such levels, Dad? And so because of this, are you really sure that I have what it takes to go beyond what I am now and wielding a similar level of power to your own? With Vegeta responding, truthfully, you will never go and amass a power like the ones that both Kakarot and I were able to go and achieve, but even while you hope to one day maybe go as far as to try and do so, Vegeta adds, it will never come natural to you unless you are willing to go and give up what you are in order to truly become the warrior that you dream for yourself in becoming, Trunks. And so because of this, you are not ready, Trunks, at least not yet. But, Vegeta continues, I at least want to be able to go and see you try, and try you will. That much I can go as far as to promise. And if you truly want to go and try to convince yourself that going and being a part of such a tournament is going to be a smooth one, Vegeta continues upon being shown teleporting behind Trunks, then you are in for a very rude awakening, especially if you end up finding yourself in a situation where you are up against myself or even against the top 5 strongest warriors in the multiverse. Wait. The 5 who? You said the 5 strongest warriors in the entire multiverse?
Yes, little nigga.
And just how in the world were you able to go and get behind me so quickly? It was almost as though I wasn't even able to go and see you move, Dad, with Vegeta responding, that's right, and so now I want you to hurry up and
There's
try
levels
to
to
hit
this.
me. However, during this moment, Vegeta adds, I want you to go and strike me by using your instincts instead of your anger, because if there was one very important lesson that Lord Beerus had taught me, is that no matter how powerful you think for yourself to be, and no matter how brave you assume for yourself to be, Vegeta says upon Trunks being shown missing one of his strikes, given any situation that you end up finding yourself within, he who is not skilled in the areas that matter most will find themselves in having to perish in battle before the fight has even started. And so now just go and think about what it was that I had just said, because without your ability to wield proper control over your power, Vegeta says upon being shown having to spin Trunks around, along with your ability to go and be able to use your techniques in ways in which only you are able to go and do so, then you are utterly hopeless, Vegeta says. And so now you better start paying very close attention to your surroundings, and you better start doing it fast, Vegeta says upon being shown striking Trunks, because how else do you think you'll be able to go and make it very far in this upcoming tournament if you can't even
Trunks, get up
in determining the outcome of their movements, and especially during the very course of your battle and having to go and face off against them. So that is why you will need to go and pay better attention and not go and let your guard down, as I am only going to go as far as to remind you once. And so this is just pitiful, Vegeta went on to then point out by continuing, for if this is all that you have to offer, then you have no business in having to stand beside me, Vegeta adds. But be that as it may, and as true as this very fact happens to be, I still refuse to go and believe that, Vegeta says, as I just know that there is still a far greater power that is dwelling and sleeping deep inside of you that is just waiting to go and be unleashed. As Trunks then respond, yeah, but, well, if you say that there is, then, well, why am I now finding it to be this difficult and having to bring and draw this very power out and onto the surface to go and use against you, Dad? And since I'm really trying to get a hold of what it is that you want for me to go and do, I really don't know on how else to go and reach down deep within myself in order for me to go and obtain and use such a power that you appear to be saying
you soft, bro.
within me, Dad. As Vegeta went on to then respond,
wasn't in them trenches,
you
man.
may not realize it yet, but I know what lies
like
deep
Gohan with
within
them
you,
trenches, bro.
But if you don't allow for yourself to go and force it onto the surface, and if you don't let that power consume and drive you forward, Vegeta adds, then you will never amount in becoming anything more than just a shadow of the man that you wish that you could have been, Vegeta says, as the power that you have been searching for isn't going to be handed to you, and since it won't, then that means that you are gonna have to go and try to take it and forge it within the fires of battle, Vegeta adds, and if you are too afraid to go and embrace that struggle, then you have already lost. But I will not go and continue to train a weakling who runs from his own potential here either, as I also refuse to go and let you embarrass
Put me in there,
yourself
Chief.
out there, for you will not go and walk into that tournament as the son of an elite warrior prince, only for the end result to be in having to go and watch you walk away from this event as a disgrace, Vegeta says. And so you will go and continue to fight until you have made progress, otherwise just go and stand down now. And unless you plan on having to go and do so within this very moment here before me, then we will now go and hereby continue Do you understand? No excuses, Trunks. To which it was only within these very moments as Trunks was then shown having to close his eyes and thinking to himself before having to re-engage was when Trunks then went on to quickly respond, well, for what it's worth, he's right, because if I am not able to go and find a way to further my power into becoming everything that I hope that I want to go and become, and especially for this upcoming Omniversal event, then I'll need to go and let my instincts guide me, because I know that I have what it takes to go and do this, Trunks says, as I just know that I do, and so I can't just go and let myself become a victim of my own fear, Trunks adds, and if I hope to go and make Father proud, then I have to go and find a way to shatter past my limits into becoming the warrior that I know deep down that I am ultimately able to go and become. And even though having me go and reach Dad's strongest level of power may seem like an impossibility, Trunks continues, I can never go and rule myself or my potential out of the equation, especially if I
got to lock in for a cool minute, bro. To try to catch up for real, for real.
So, I've got to go and simply trust Father's guidance along with my own intuition and letting it go and take me as to where I need to go and belong, Trunks continues upon Vegeta being shown rushing towards Trunks, as I'll need to go and trust my gut during the course of this battle in allowing for it to guide me, to which as Trunks was then shown having to quickly move away from Vegeta's strike was when Vegeta went on to quickly respond, you're finished, wait. Well, I'll be. Now this is more like it's good. Very good. Just like that.
You think you got Ultra Instinct, little nigga? You think you got Ultra Instinct? Okay.
Single one of Vegeta's punches. Good. Just like that, for you are able to now go and use your instincts and allow for your power to go and guide you, which will ultimately be what will lead you down the path of obtaining a far greater power if you go and keep this going, Trunks. And so now come, Trunks, come and open your eyes and ignite the fire that lies slumbering within your heart, and so now come and awaken what I sense that is lying deep within you, and prove to yourself before anything that you have what it takes to participate as an equal among all of us, boy. To which it was only surprisingly enough with Trunks shown having to grab onto one of Vegeta's punches during the middle of their training sessions, when Trunks went on to then quickly respond, hey, no way, I caught it, but how did I just go and do that just now, Trunks questions, cause, well, I surely didn't expect to go and see this one come, but then it was only during this very moment in time where Vegeta had now gone as far as
complacent, nigga, lock in.
punching him in the face was when Vegeta went on to
caught your ass lacking.
This is exactly what I mean, for I never said that we were finished, nor did I say that you can go and daydream whilst in the middle of a battle, now did I, Trunks? With Trunks responding, ouch, Dad, do you have to go and be so rough out here whilst only having to start off with the basics? Of course I do, because how else are you going to learn if I'm as easygoing with you as Kakarot is with his son? But since I can now go and see that I was right about what it was that I had felt that was coming from deep within you, Vegeta continues, it'll be a long day from here on, because this is where the fun begins.
Oh, shit.
So now stand back up and dust yourself off, because now that I know on exactly what I can go and expect from you, Vegeta continues, this is where things are going to get really good from here on, boy. To which it was only within these very moments now elsewhere, when then having to pan on over and seeing Super Saiyan 3 Goten having to train against base Goku was when an agitated and irritated Super Saiyan 3 Goten then went on to quickly respond, oh, no matter what it is that I try to do, and no matter how many times I try to attack him, I'm just not getting anywhere out here against him like this. With Goku chiming in, well, that was a little better, but you'll still need to go and maintain your focus if you hope to be able to continue this fight against
there's levels to this, bro.
So unless you are willing to go and back down now while the day is still
this is child's play,
then I want you to go and try to come at me again, but also try to get a clear enough focus on the target that stands directly in front of you, son. And that is simply because, as badly as you've shown me that you want to go and be a part of this upcoming tournament, Goku continues upon Goten now being shown dashing directly towards Goku, if you don't end up going and proving to me that you have what it takes to go and participate in this upcoming event by the end of the day by evolving your powers, Goten, then all you're going and proving to me,
oh shit,
punching and knocking Goten down, is that
right,
there's still a lot of work that needs to go and be done with you.
And he back in base. Wow. Damn.
And as I also know that deep down, you don't want that to go and be the case here, which is why I need for you to go and pay better attention.
This is light work, bro.
Ouch, I can barely feel my face here, and so I don't know how you do it, but you make everything seem so easy here, Dad. With Goku responding, look, son,
Cause nigga, they been in them trenches, man. Since both of us, they both was kids, bro. They been in them trenches, bro. Oh my god, even your brother was in them trenches, man. On Namek, Sans like especially Namek, bro. Especially Namek. Oh, niggas was moving crazy on Namek, bro. Oh my god, it was survival. It was survival for real, man. Oh my god. See, y'all had this little goal, you know what I'm saying? Ha ha he life, you know what I'm saying? Y'all fought against Boo. Y'all fumbled that shit. You know what I mean? Y'all didn't lock in for real. Y'all would locked in for real. Probably would have did something, but nah. Y'all played too damn much.
I know that this wasn't the position that you were hoping to go and find yourself out here against me, but you've got to go and find the strength to go and stand back up. Otherwise, you can
get up.
Having to go and be a part of this upcoming Omniversal Tournament of Power, with Goten responding, yeah, but how am I supposed to go and try to search deep within myself for something that I'm not even sure is fully there or not, Dad? And that is simply because what if this is as far as I can go and take myself out here against you, Goten questions?
You're not trying hard enough, bro.
My ability to go and try to rival you, and if not even Super Saiyan 3 is enough in having to go and make a big difference out here against you, because I know that I'm tough, but I just don't know on simply where to go and look for if I hope to try to draw this dormant power out and onto the surface, with Goku responding, listen to me, Goten, I know that you may in fact not be able to go and see it for yourself just yet, but I want you to know that if Gohan was able to go and do the exact same thing a long time ago when him and I had once trained just like you are currently here with me, then I know for an absolute fact that you have what it takes to go and pull it off as well, son. But
that's what I'm saying.
As I had said earlier, it won't come easy, and I hope that you go and know that, Goten. So, while I'm not going to be going easy on you because I can't afford to, if I hold anything back here and having to help you go and prepare for this, and if I try to go and cut corners and having you take the easy way out here, then I'd only be setting you up for failure, Goten. And you know as well as I do that I can't simply go and let that happen, Goku says, as you were there when we had all gathered around and having to go and be a part of the original Super Saiyan God ritual on the day where I had went and faced off against Lord Beerus on Earth, remember? As since you were able to go and be there and be a part of such a thing, then just like it was with Vegeta when he later ascended into reaching godhood, Goku says, I know
it's time to become a god. Both of y'all.
Thing as well, son. As Goten went on to then close his eyes by concentrating and responding, he's right, because I'd be foolish enough to believe that Dad would be wrong in having to see what he sees lying deep within me, because if Gohan was able to go and break through the glass ceiling and becoming everything that he is right now, Goten says, then I know that I could go and do the same thing if I just reach down deep and find the power that Dad knows lies within me, Goten says. But I've got to go and try and focus, because even though it may seem impossible for me to go and try to accomplish this, if Dad and Gohan were able to evolve into reaching greater levels of power, then so can I. And since I already know that Trunks is more than likely having to do the same thing with Vegeta at the moment, Goten continues, even though reaching Dad's true level of power may come at a risk and having it cost me more than I am willing to relinquish within the moment,
that's a pipe dream.
I truly know on where this might end up taking me unless I just go and do what Father says in order for me to go and find out the hard way. And since I know that this upcoming tournament will more than likely be something where neither Trunks or I will find ourselves in having to walk away as its winners, it's still worth it in having
y'all not winning shit,
rather than simply just go and give up on myself before the event even started. To which, as Goku was then shown having to make his way towards Goten, it was only right then and there where Goku was looking to make a statement and having to see where Goten
dynamic into the weave. Okay.
And so whether you are ready or not, listen to your instincts and allow for them to go and guide you, because if you don't reach down deep and find the power that you are looking for, Goten, you will only be wasting your time, because without that very power, which will be used as your light to go and guide you through the darkness, then you will only end up finding yourself and having to wander aimlessly and having to waste your potential. And so this is your one and only chance to go and see through this by the very end of the day, son. And unless you plan on going and keeping your word and becoming all that you wish for yourself to go and be, Goku continues, then the time for you to go and show me, along with proving to yourself that you have what it takes to be a part of this upcoming tournament, starts right now, Goten. ran, but then it was only within these very moments
Okay.
as Goten went on to subconsciously go as far as to grab onto Goku's fist was when Goten then went on to quickly
Okay, now will Goku still hit his ass?
I caught it, but wait, how did I just go and do that just now? Because I
Hey,
wasn't
put them
expecting
hands
that.
up.
Well, try not to go and get too far ahead of yourself here, Goku responds upon immediately
Yep,
being
still
shown
got
to
hit.
punch
Still right in the
Goten
sternum.
stomach
Oh my
because you
God.
should never go and let your guard down when in the middle of a life or death situation, Goten.
I call it
Because
liking.
not only are you nowhere near as strong as you assume for yourself to be to go and
They
survive
twins for
what's
real.
out there, Goku
They're really
continues,
twins.
but you'll need to always go and keep your eyes wide open, and especially if you continue on planning to be a part of this upcoming tournament. And even though that small display that you went and just showed me just now was a step towards the right direction, you'll still need to go and maintain that same level of focus consistently if you hope to go and make it on by through this upcoming Omniversal tournament. But I still don't want you to go and give up on yourself, Goku proceeds upon being shown extending his arm down, just because things may appear to be a lot harder than what they currently are. And so while you may not be there just yet to see it, I on the other hand was definitely able to go and see it, Goku smiles by continuing. And even though you may in fact be a little rusty, and while this certainly isn't going to come easy for you to go and achieve, if there is one thing that I will go on and say is that by the end of the day, when this is all said and done, I know that you will have what it takes to go and dig down deeper than how you have so far, in finally having to ascend into becoming a Super Saiyan God, just like me and Vegeta were able to go and achieve. And so now here, let's go and keep on trying, because
Time to
while
become
I
a
know that you're little
god.
banged up, and since the day is still young, how is about we go and continue to push forward in order to see on how far you will get? And so now here, take my hand and stand back up, and let's go and continue to try until you are able to finally do it, as it was only right then and there now during that moment.
Oh, hell no.
Dragon Ball Super, Story of the Omniverse, the official top 5
Already?
strongest warriors in the multiverse sequel,
Watch
Manga
another one.
chapter number 10 special then comes to a close.
Shut up, Whis. We watching another one, bro. Oh God, Dynamic Entry. Okay, them boys think they got Ultra Instinct, bro. Look at them boys. Yay, demon. Oh my God, yeah, bro, that's crazy. Crazy, bro. Super Saiyan 3 ain't shit to y'all no more. That's crazy, bro. Where Kid Buu at, bro? Bring that little nigga out, bro. Bring Kid Buu out, bro. My nigga need revenge. Oh God, my nigga needs revenge. Wait, should I just wait? I could just. Can't. Am I? No, I can't. All right. Yeah, my nigga Vegeta needs revenge. Is this the next one? Yeah. Okay. Coolie. Come on, bitch. Oh, I'm muted. Come on, nigga. There we go. Nope, skip that. There we go. There we go.
As our story now continues, following the initial events on Beerus's planet,
Please.
with Beerus now being
Here
shown
it is, Summer.
fishing,
You still
as
hot,
Beerus was
nigga?
now beginning to approach Beerus from behind.
Nigga fishing,
which
bro.
was only
That's
just
how I
as
know
Beerus
it's serious,
was
bro.
beginning
He had to
question
cool off.
Beerus's motives in having to do nothing but fish all day for the remainder of his time was when Whis went on to then quickly respond, "No, dear. Well, I will go out of my way and give you some credit here, Lord Beerus. 9 long hours later, and not a single nibble on that fishing rod of yours. For that is quite the streak, if I'm being honest here. But while you may go and scoff at the thought of having to go and train for this upcoming Omniversal tournament," Whis continues, I can't help but simply grow concerned for you that you may in fact actually end up looking back on this moment with regret one day in not going out of your way to go and take this time to train and prepare, rather than just mostly being concerned with a fresh meal here instead, with Beerus responding, "Yeah, well, I don't really want to go and hear it right now, Whis, for I had warned Goku to never go and remind those Omni Kings about having to go and host any kind of tournament like that before, and
but he didn't though.
And opened his big fat mouth after defeating Frieza and his brother, and now
he
look
did.
at the mess that we are in because of him. And so excuse me for really not being in the mood to go and train here when I am rather thinking about what I can do with Vegeta once he goes and returns," Beerus continues. "And so because of this, I'll be sitting right here in the meantime, because I really don't feel like doing anything else other than fishing at the moment, and so don't try to go and convince me otherwise here either," Beerus continues, "because it isn't going to work, as you should already know by now that I am more than ready to go and handle whatever the Omni Kings have planned and having to go and throwing my way, and so don't even try it." Whis responding, "Well then, don't say that that I didn't go and warn you?
No, dead ass. Cause once he see Ultra Beerus, oh sweet baby Jesus, that nigga gonna be hating like a bitch. He is gonna be hating like a bitch, bro. Oh my god, bro. Not even Ultra Beerus, even the other Beerus, cause the other Beerus has Ultra Instinct as well. You feel me? So yeah, he gonna be hating like a motherfucker, bro.
Ahead of time here, Lord Beerus, as
He gonna
I'm
be hating.
sure that you wouldn't want for anyone to come along and outshine you during this grand event with the exception of your student Vegeta now, do you?
That's what I'm saying.
Simply because who is to really say that you won't wind up in having to go and find yourself going head to head against one of the top 5 strongest warriors in the multiverse now, do you? No, I didn't think so, with an agitated Beerus responding. And then just what exactly are you trying to go and insinuate here, Whis? And are you
gonna get
implying
clapped.
that I don't have what it takes to go and make it to the finals all by myself, and even going as far
No.
as to go and best the very best that stand before me, with Whis responding, well, maybe, but in that case, I guess I'll just go and have to inform the Grand Minister that you really don't find the need in having to go and take part of this upcoming tournament, since you feel the need not to want to go and practice beforehand. And so I'll just go and leave you to your fishing then here, while I go and wait on Goku and Vegeta to arrive within due time, my lord, with Beerus responding, oh, now wait just a damn minute here, Whis, for you better not go and turn your back
Don't
on
go
me
snitch.
like this and having to go and inform the Grand Minister about any of this, and so
Snitch.
fine. And as we'll go and do this your way, and so now where are you going? Are you even listening to me? Oh, damn it, Whis. And as this isn't just a situation that you should
crash,
be
bro.
joking around about here, and so now stop right there and turn right back around. To which it was only then within these very moments now, and then having to venture on back on over to Earth and having to see Super Saiyan God Goku training against Super Saiyan God Goten.
Oh, wow.
We only now get to take a look and seeing as to how Goten was finally able to transcend into reaching the powers of a Super Saiyan God.
Okay.
With Goten being shown engaging against Goku by
Still ain't shit, though.
Damn it, Dad, why are you this extremely hard for me to go and catch, especially after having to go as far as to now wield the power of a Super Saiyan God? And as I always knew that you'd be tough, but this is just ridiculous, Goten.
Boy, I'm not even
continues.
trying.
And although I never had anticipated in having any of this come easy, Goten continues, you are going to have to go and knock me completely out cold if you truly want to go and win the day here against me, Dad. And that is simply because I'm not cutting loose just yet, and deep down, you know that this is true, with Goku responding, well, I tried warning you earlier that this wasn't going to come easy to you, but even though I will say that I am extremely proud in watching you come this far against me here, Goten.
Yes, become a
your
god.
motion along with your movements, however, are far too predictable, which can ultimately be used against you here in battle, Goku says. And because you are extremely reckless, you are starting to go and make a lot of major mistakes here, and so it's like I had always said, which is something that I want for you to go and keep in mind here, Goten, and that is simply put, what good is your power if your enemy is allowed to go and follow alongside with it, Goku questions. So what good is your power even now if I am ultimately able to go and predict as to where it'll end up being and what it'll end up doing, Goku questions. And so you see what I mean? Well, then all I would need to go and do here is simply try to go and outmaneuver you while cloaking my flaws and having to go and attack you when you least expect it. Then Dad, Goten responds.
Right.
Still not getting it, Goku responds upon being shown having to completely evade Goten's attacks, because maintaining control in a fight means that you'll ultimately have to go and use more than just cheap tricks and assumptions if you hope to walk away from that very battle as its winner. But even now, while you struggle with this concept here against me, allow me to go and show you, Goku continues.
Don't show him.
This ought to go and help open your eyes to the many dangers that you'll more than likely be shown having to go up against here within this upcoming tournament. And so now pay attention, Goku says. Oh, damn it, he's fast. Really fast, in fact, Goten says. As I can't seem to be able to go and lock onto the original whatsoever, but I will still need to go and try my best to go and catch him before he ends up in having to go and catch me, for you're extremely tense and far too eager to go and test your newly discovered powers, Goku responds upon being shown striking Goten. As you are
Come on, young god.
before you had even went and had the chance to fully understand the power that you are currently wielding here, Goten. And as you only appear to be far too eager now to hurry and go and get to the next level as fast as you possibly can already go and do, before you had even remotely went and had gotten used to your current level of power first here, Goten. Goten, and so now ask yourself, do you honestly believe that rushing this will be enough and what will help mold you into becoming a great warrior here, Goten?
No
or
facts.
will it simply wind up in having to go and cost you everything if you aren't careful in having this very level of power that you now wield be what results in your ultimate downfall, son? Because while your eagerness is very admirable, it is also your biggest weakness right now, and because you're struggling to focus, Goku continues, your mind and your body are not fully one
Putting
just
belt to
yet,
ass on a
which
little
is
nigga, bro.
ultimately going to be a problem, and so now try to go and dial it back down a bit and focus on feeling out your opponent's movements along with the very shift, and having to also pay attention to every flicker of your ki, and having to go and learn more about what your body is trying to go and tell you instead of trying to overwhelm it with raw emotion, Goten. And so if you aren't willing to go and hone your abilities and getting yourself better adjusted into using this
Eating
level
the
of
dirt.
power, Goku continues, then you aren't going to go and last very long out there against anyone that you end up in having to go and face off against, Goten. And so do you wish to want to go and still continue, Goku questions, or are you now finally beginning to understand as to exactly what it was that I had meant? And so now look, I know that it's hard, Goku continues, but I
gonna be
also
harder.
know that not everyone is built to go and endure such challenges all on their own from scratch like this, Goten. And while I do in fact still believe in your ability to go and succeed, if you want to go and call it a night here and resume at a later time after I go and return from having to go and train with Whis, then I am more than happy and willing and able to go and do so if you just so happen to— You just don't get it, Dad, Goten.
Oh, damn.
And then being shown standing on up by addressing his father. Because while I know that I can't beat you, and since I know that I'm not fully ready here just yet, and if I don't go and face you at your absolute best, then what exactly am I really training for then here, father? As I'm not going and asking you for mercy here, but what I am asking you for
you're not trying to see that.
is your best, Goten says.
You're not trying to see that.
Simply because I need to know on what I'm truly capable of when up against the absolute strongest, and if that means that I will go and need to be pushed to the very brink of my limits.
There's levels to this God shit, bro. Nigga Goku got Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blue. You feel me? Ultra Instinct, Primal Ultra Instinct. And he got his angel shit, bruh. Come on. This nigga got, damn, nigga. Yeah, just that's what the guy keep. I ain't even say Kaioken and Super Saiyan and all other shit. Damn. You got a lot of shit, nigga.
To see this through until the very end, then so be it.
You're not trying to see that shit, Goten.
That's how we are supposed to go and grow, right, Dad? Isn't that how you grew into becoming who you are today, Goten questions? Because if you don't go and do this, then what exactly was the purpose of all of this training for? What was the point in having to go and push me into guiding me into unlock this God power if you weren't simply going to go and give me the chance to go and test it against your very best here, Dad? Well, be that as it may here, Goten, Goku responds, you're starting to now skip over a lot of steps here that are very important within your training, Goten, as you are trying to go and ascend beyond this level of power before you have learned in how to go and stand within this form, son, which is also exactly on why your ki flares are out of control the very moment you go and try to go all out here against me. But needless to say, if you truly do feel the need to want to actually go through with this in order for you to go and get the answers that you are looking for, then so be it, Goku continues.
Shit.
But just don't go and say that I didn't issue a fair warning to you ahead of time here, Goten, with Goten responding, well, good, and so then I promise not to go and disappoint you, since I'm going to be coming right after you and using everything that I have left within my body as a way for me to go and make a statement here against you, Dad. As you've always went and believed in me even when I didn't, Goten continues upon now being shown rushing directly towards Goku. Well, now that I believe in myself, and now that I'm ready to go and prove that to you, not by words, but by having to go and stand in front of the strongest version of you imaginable and having to refuse to go down.
You're not trying to see that, bro.
And I do not intend to go and stop here against you, and so now go and show me everything that you're made of, Goten charges, because I'm not afraid of you even if you did.
Are you sure?
Reach the level of the angels here, Dad. But then it was shockingly enough now from our
behold,
Goten even had had the opportunity in going as far as to reach Goku was when Goku was then shown having to attack Goten by quickly responding. Now, even though I'm sorry that this ultimately had to go and come down to this, I will, however, go and say that I wasn't simply going to go and deny one of your wishes here against me either. And so now, because of this, I hope that you are now able to fully understand as to exactly why I had been avoiding this entire situation here since the very beginning, Goten. But since you were extremely eager to go and have me use my all here against you, if it
yep, he got blitz.
What you'll be more than likely shown and having to go up against within this upcoming Omniversal tournament, Goku.
Oh, you not ready for that shit, boy?
That you are now able to go and see clearly as to why I went and said the things that I had said to you, in getting you to go and understand that raw power alone, Goku.
Surprised he on his feet, bro. He held back. That nigga held back like a motherfucker.
Goten, and so that is exactly why from this moment now moving forward, I hope that you are able to fully come to terms with the things that I've been trying to go and tell you, son. And since nothing is promised for any one of these upcoming battles to come easy, I'm hoping that you were able to receive the lessons here with grace, as this in and of itself is going to be exactly the kind of power that you are going to be shown and having to go and face off against, which is also exactly on why you will need to go and continue,
if not stronger,
unless you warrant in having to go and lose early on within this upcoming event.
Oh, there you go. He out.
But for what it's all worth, Goku
Never mind.
continues,
I stand corrected. That nigga out.
Nor can I be disappointed in anything that I had seen that came from you here today.
Nigga didn't even see this shit.
He
didn't even see.
Prove me wrong and having to show me on exactly why you deserve to go and be a part of this upcoming Omniversal Tournament of Power, my son. As I still can't seem to believe on how far you have come in having to stand up to me like that, and also having to not back down even for a single second, Goku continues, and despite knowing for a fact that you couldn't win. But even with that itself aside, you have earned every bit of this, even if you did go on to lose against me, for your body may be tired, but your spirit is burning brighter than ever, and because of that, I am so very proud of you, my boy, Goku says. As I've always known that you had the potential similar to that of your brother Gohan in going and achieving great things if you went and put your mind to it, and
that's what I'm saying.
Proved that to me here today, Goku.
They're locked in. You got 3 Gohans right now.
How far you are willing to go if you wanted it as badly as you claim that you did, Goku says. And so although I had went and given you exactly what you have been asking for and wanting me to go and use my strongest level of power here against you, I'm still incredibly proud in seeing as to how far you were willing to go and take yourself out here against me, Goten.
Sensible.
Things really didn't go and wind up in having to end within your favor by the end of it all, son. But with all of that being said, Goku says, let's go and get you home before your mother jumps down my throat again and worrying about where you've been this entire time, because you and I both know on how exactly your mother can go and get sometimes, and so it's
the ultimate threat.
We go. But then it was only just then within these very moments now prior to Goku being shown and having to go and bring Goten home was when Goku went as far as to sense something unusual by then responding, hey, wait a minute now, for could that go and be as to what I think that it is?
Vegeta,
Because
is that you,
I
bestie?
went and felt something very similar earlier on during our training here.
Bestie,
so
that's
that
you?
Must be. Oh wow! And so I knew that it was, Goku says. And as I just knew that I had went and sensed Vegeta's energy somewhere nearby, but I was too focused in helping Goten ascend that I completely forgot about it all. And from the looks of it, Goku adds, and I think that he's doing exactly what I was shown in having to go and do here, and so he must be helping train Trunks just as much as I was shown in having to go and help train Goten. And so now I gotta go and check this out.
Never mind. He going over there. Bet.
Goten off home so that way he could rest, but nevertheless, Goku
fuck
says, if what I am able to go and sense that's coming from that battlefield is to go and be true, then that means that Trunks must have also
Damn, this shit going by quick, bro.
Goten, which now I have to hurry and go and see that for myself, and only from that point having to go and confirm it with my very own eyes before it's too late or before they go and finish, Goku says.
Yeah, hurry up.
As I should have known that both of our boys would want to go and join in on all of the action here that we were called up to go and compete in ourselves, and so now you just go and stay right where you both are, and I'll go and be there in just a minute once I go and drop Goten off back home. To which it was all the while in the meantime within these very moments now elsewhere, as we then pan on over and taking a look and seeing as to how Super Saiyan God Vegeta was shown in having to battle and train against Super Saiyan God Trunks. It was only just as the two were now shown having to be locked in a very intense battle against one another was when Vegeta went on to then quickly respond, good, well it's about damn time that you are starting to move with purpose out here against me, boy. But don't let that smirk fool you into thinking that you have earned my approval just yet, Vegeta continues, because I'm just barely exerting myself out here against you.
That's what I'm saying. The niggas not even trying.
Have a very long way to go before.
Low key, they probably all these products need to probably if they needed it just to go Super Saiyan, and that's it. You know what I mean? That's probably all he needed, low key. If
we are finished here, Trunks. And so now tighten that stance and sharpen your awareness when I go and try to make a move on you, because I won't be around for quite some time after tonight and having to go and babysit you. And so you better start getting it together and fast, Vegeta continues upon now being shown striking Trunks in the face, because you have always
like,
been
okay,
too
so after they
soft when
leave,
it counted.
after they leave, who's gonna train them then? Who could train them? You know? Whis and Beerus gonna be preoccupied. The Kais, maybe, but I don't know. Gohan? King Kai? Nah, hell no. What the fuck? What Kaioken? Nah, hell no. I don't know.
Trunks, as you went on to grow up with warmth and safety to comfort you, which isn't your
I said that
fault
earlier.
to begin with, but if you want to go and stand by my side either as an equal or as an opponent within this
I wasn't in them
upcoming
trenches, man.
tournament, Vegeta continues, then I will need for you to go and continue to fight back, even if you just so happen to be tired and worn down, because if you falter or if you go and decide to hesitate in this upcoming tournament, Vegeta continues, then you will be destroyed indefinitely, Trunks, and so you'd better go and get your act together, and having this be what reminds you of it as well fast, because anything less and you are going to fail. To which, as Trunks was then shown struggling and having to keep up with Vegeta, was when Trunks went on to then quickly respond, I'm not going to give in and back down here against you until I have proven that I am
That's
worthy
the spirit.
of belonging, Dad, with Vegeta responding, good.
Good.
That's the fighting spirit that I
Sound like
wanted
a
to go and
Sith.
see from you, Trunks. And since I can now see that you are starting to finally
Trunks,
grow more and more
good.
passionate about having to do what it is that you have went and promised, Vegeta continues, what do you say we go and turn things up a notch or two in order for us to go and see on just how much more of this you can take, boy? As it was only right then and there now, during that moment, for the Beyond Dragon Ball Super
God
Story
damn
of the
it.
Omniverse, the official
Yo,
top
this shit
5
going by
strongest warriors
quick.
in the multiverse sequel, Manga chapter number 11 special, then comes to a close. Well, actually,
Shut up, Whis. You dick. You dick, Whis. Oos. Aye. You got blitz. Oh my god, that shit looks so clean. It looks so clean. Oh my god. Demon. Super Saiyan God Trunks. Why did it not give us this shit in Xenoverse 2? Like years ago when he got it in here? Oh my god. It's literally the same fucking Trunks. Why the hell didn't give us this nigga? Give him Super Saiyan God. You probably do better in damn story mode. Your story mode, you feel me? In Xenoverse, because goddamn, the nigga was useless. That's one thing I hope they switch in Xenoverse 3, man. Oh my god. I need a more enticing story mode, bro. Like, I need our CACs to like transform during cutscenes and shit like that. You feel me? Like how I did in Ultimate Tenkaichi. That's one thing I'll give Ultimate Tenkaichi, that shit, bro. We had our moment for our character type shit. You feel me? Going Super Saiyan and whatnot. So I'm gonna need that in Xenoverse 3. On God. But yeah, I don't know why the fuck they get that nigga. Boy, it's not even trying to get Shaw, bro. It's like night and day universes apart, bro. It's crazy. Y'all got Super Saiyan God though. Welcome to Godhood. God status. This is only the beginning. Yeah. Is he gonna show him master the ultra ego? Cause goddamn, if he does, Trunks might shit himself. See, Goten didn't even get to see. Goten got blitz. He didn't even get to see this shit. Nigga got blitz. You feel me? Yeah, but Trunks might shit himself if he see master ultra ego. Oh God, he gonna shit himself. Like, is that my dad? Is that my dad? He about to kill me. He about to kill mama. Let me stop. Anyway, W videos, man, by Alex, man. Oh my god. It's gonna be a crazy training arc. This is for Goten and Trunks. I wonder if this Gohan's gonna enter. Or Piccolo. I would hope so. You know. So, and if so, okay. Will he still give this Gohan Beyond Beast or something else? And for Piccolo, what lies beyond Orange Piccolo? You know what I mean? What lies beyond that? You feel me? Anyway, I'm yapping. Love y'all. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to Alex. Road to 2 million for Alex. You feel me? Like, comment, subscribe, all that good jazz. And I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.